What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Nexus podcast, guys. We've been away for a while. We are back to talk about the impending Galactic Championships and the new upcoming set. It is very much Force related. But without further ado, we will get on with our hellos. Emmy, how are you doing?
I'm good, brother. It's good to finally get back together. We have been missing a few weeks, but I moved house. You were in the States. Ollie got a new house. Krish lost all his hair. Like so many changes.
Really stressed about Galactics, clearly.
He was in the training room, in the Dragon Ball training room. Like he's been away for like 70 years.
Just trying to channel his Qui-Gon, man. No, not Qui-Gon, sorry.
Qui-Gon is not bald.
You can't tell, but he is Super Saiyan right now.
Bro. This dome
is you get it's just the mustache just flips. Yeah. No, I'm all good, man.
Great start.
Yeah, been playing a bunch. Been to a PQ last week. Going to a last one for this season this weekend. Trying to get that day one buy to have like last dream to get the buy. But yeah, good to be here with you guys. Krish, how you doing?
Yeah, very well. Guys, so I think it's been a couple months actually since we last did a podcast. So since then, sorry?
Feels like it.
It feels like yeah, ages. Since then, set 5, we have the whole set. Thanks to some leaking shenanigans that happened at the regionals. So I've been just playing a lot of set 5, thinking about Galactic meta a lot. Ollie just gets like a constant stream of my inner thoughts, which is just generally just bad opinions. Which then Ollie goes, "Have you thought about this at all?" And I've gone, "No, I haven't." But it's nice. It's the other way as well, because he'll give me his like insane batshit concoctions, and I'll go, "Ollie, please, stop it." So it's been fun. I'm looking forward to getting the whole gang involved now that you're actually back on Star Wars. So it should be good. How are you, Ollie?
I'm doing good. I've bought a house, as Emmy said. So like you can see, there's a whole lot of shit to sort out. Yes.
Bought a house at like 70. He's 17 years old with a 4-bedroom.
Literally still in school, man. How did you do it?
About £50.
Who needs GCSEs when you've already got a house, man?
Also, yeah, can we share like how did you buy the house, because is relevant to this podcast, I think.
In what way? Like from the money
in the way that
playing card games.
Yeah, exactly. Like you got like you won. No, how did you get the car that you then sold to buy a house? That's what I was trying to
I mean the big chunk of money was from coming second in the world at Dragon Ball. So that was the majority of it. Yeah, nothing major. But yeah, a lot of like smaller things here and there, all adds together, right? So yeah, I'm busy as fuck.
It's a hard game to play though, because if I sold all of those, I promise you, I wouldn't be getting enough money to buy a house. Maybe a pack of Freddos.
Maybe you need to get better at Dragon Ball and then sell a metal card.
Dragon Ball collectors be crazy.
They do be crazy.
Yeah.
Josh, you're back from the States.
I am, yeah.
How was it?
It was very, very good. Played 20 shows in a row, plus a festival a few days before. I'm extremely tired. I actually got back last week on Thursday, but then flew straight out to Amsterdam to TO a offline One Piece region, which was pretty great as well. It actually went really smooth, considering I felt like I was floating the whole time. Yeah, no.
Because jet lag or something else you might get an Amsterdam?
I think jet lag and just like sleeping in a bus for 25 days. Very weird feeling. But yeah, no.
Good to have 4 walls again, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just good to have a bed that isn't moving on the bumpy roads of America. But no, it was fantastic. I got to see a lot of amazing things like Niagara Falls, and went up the Empire State Building, did a bunch of crazy things with friends, played a bunch of shows, got a bunch of fire brigades called out, all that normal stuff. So, but no, it's good to be back. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play any card games over there. I did manage to snag a few packs of Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering stuff. Fancy.
That's going for like peas, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very fun.
Yeah, so you must be the nerdiest rock star. Well, no, there's Post Malone, I guess.
Yeah,
But you are a
talking
literal rock
about-
star.
I mean, I think most people that play metal and stuff are kind of inclined the way
Nerds.
we are. Really, they're nerds
There
most
is
of the time.
definitely there's a Dragon Force to Warhammer 40k pipeline that 100% exists.
Yeah, I mean the correlation is there.
It's like the Venn diagram is just overlapping. Like,
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, it's really good to be back and have everyone on the pod again. We've got a lot to talk about. We're gonna, I guess, crack straight on. We're gonna talk about the competitive tournaments that have been happening most recently. Let me do some magic and switch. See. Yeah, do you want to take it away, Emmy, and do a bit of results? I'll click on whatever you tell me to click on.
Yeah, we just wanted to start here because we're recording this on the 25th of June, and this weekend is going to be the last PQ weekend of
is that
set
worldwide or
4.
just in Europe?
Sorry?
Is that worldwide or just in Europe?
I believe it's worldwide.
I think it's worldwide.
Yeah. So this weekend will be the last chance to get your day 1 skip. And I've been trying. I've only had the chance to play 4 PQs in total this season 0. With this last one, last weekend, went with Frankie to Income Gaming in Cheltenham. Is it Cheltenham? Yes.
Yeah, that is it. It's up on the screen right now, the top 8.
Yeah.
We can see
Great place. Shout out to them and Dave and everyone working there. Ollie was there. I thought it was an awesome place, man. It was so
it was
cool.
really nice.
Yeah. Very well organized. And you know what? Like, we were thinking, it's the end of the season, it's in the middle of nowhere. We're gonna go and do a crash really quick, win a 20-man PQ, get the day 1 skip. And then we show up and there's 80 people.
Oh, fuck me, bro, your room's so messy.
I'm recording a video right now.
That is staying in for sure.
We have a guest. Is it Ollie's sister?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Carry on, Emmy. Carry
It
on.
has to be Ollie's sister. There's no other women on this line.
So yeah, we show up and there's 80
Lenghty,
people,
that should be
which
good.
is great. But it went well. So Frankie played Han 1 Lake Country. Sorry, Han 4 Lake Country. Really cool deck. The meta was really like hero heavy and Vader heavy. I played Anakin Colossus. Played a list from Joshua Yosera. We kind of like talked a bunch about the list, asked a few suggestions, and I made my own changes and ran pretty successfully in Swiss. I went undefeated. Played against like pretty much every deck, like Quinlan, another Anakin Blue, a Luke Tarkin Town. I think you can see it there.
Yeah, I'm just keep talking. I'm putting the information.
Han Solo, Kira, another Han Solo. And then I actually, we just intentionally draw with the last round of Swiss against the guy that actually, went, I think, in top 4. But yeah, I then got in top 8, and unfortunately I lost 2-1 against Vader Yellow. Really good player, Ian, who recently joined, recently started playing. So just if you're watching this and randomly like you have recently started playing the game, like you can do very well in this game, even if you just started. So, you can go to these events and do well.
Emmy, is there anything you would change in your deck, or do you think it's pretty on?
Yeah, I definitely need a bit more. I lost the last game. I whiffed with Stila. So a big part of this deck is Stila Guerrera that lets me find one of the 15 events that I have in the deck. 15, 16,
18.
now it's 16. It's 18 events, but 3 are first throw, which is not a tactic.
Right.
But like 15 out of 51, I think like doing the math, searching 8 is like 95% or something like that. But then doing the math even further, if you play 40 times in a day, you have to whiff twice. And that's what happened. I literally whiffed twice in a day. So like, quick math, it happens. So I lost there. It's a bit rough because like I run really hot in Swiss, and I had the ways to win that matchup. The bombing run inside and the direct hit, the one off confiscate and all the removal in the world, just wasn't enough.
Sometimes the cards don't drop in the right way, but at least you know.
I mean,
at least you know with a
I
record.
was lucky.
At least you know with a record like this that you're very much on the right track.
Yeah, it's not an issue of deck or player, right? Like you got into the top.
I mean, you took on a lot of the best leaders in the game as well during the day.
At the end of the day, topping is what matters consistently. Like getting the win is generally down to luck, in my eyes.
So. Yeah, it was pretty good. Like I dropped only one game in Swiss and then lost in top 8. So definitely was a bit lucky throughout the day. So I can't complain too much.
Well, you're gonna go out and redeem yourself this weekend anyway. So
don't count that hotel yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
sure.
Do we have any more results that we want to go through that are relevant? Or should we move forward?
Is quite interestingly, we have seen Vader Yellow go up and up and up and up and up in play rate over the last few weeks, to the point I think this week it was the most represented deck in top cuts at PQs, which is like a pretty big deal for a deck that's like, it's pretty good, but I think a lot of it is also like people just don't respect space. They're not respecting what you have to do into that deck. I think as well.
Talking about not respecting space, check out the first round defeat.
Dude, that's why I lost in top 8, because Big O Notation wasn't there. If you weren't there,
he took out Fairbrother as well.
That's crazy.
No way! It's the guy that I was late to the event and gave a free win to. That's mad.
A small anecdote: if you know Ollie, like he shows up late every time, but this time he won. He beat every record. It was 9:05. We're about to start, and I was like, "Dude, where are you?" And he replies to me, and like, "We just got in the car. We're
I thought it started at 10.
We thought it started at 10. I was like, "Why would you think it starts at 10? Just look at the thing." But then, thankfully, thanks to all the staff there, we were able to get them register. Like Ollie asked me which deck he should have played at 9:30 a.m. Like starting round 1. I was like,
I brought 3 decks.
What
with
a
me,
coincidence, though, that was the buy in the first round due to Ollie's lateness.
I know, it's weird. It's weird.
Shout out to Emmy stalling to just get me into the event in the first place.
Do we have any more? Do we want to talk about any more tournament results before we move on?
I think it's fine.
No,
like as we said, this is the last weekend of set 4. Like there's not much to say, I think, because I think we're gonna see a big shift as there's not actually big tournaments before Worlds. So I think a lot of people will be just lock down, try to test and figure out the meta. What I was told actually is that at Worlds, for people who don't know, is a 3-day event. Day 1, if you haven't won a PQ or regional or sector, you need to play to get on day 2. But if you have a skip, to day 2, you still need to lock in your list on
Yeah.
day 1. So
Yeah,
you're not
it's
able to like kind of like see the meta on day 1 and then decide. So the same amount of testing is going to go in for everyone. It will be great to see what comes out of it. But yeah, 29 days to go. Ollie, Krish, are you excited?
Oh my god, so excited.
Excited and scared, terrified.
I'm
Honestly.
like, I'm kind of like, I mean, I'll talk about this more later, but I've been having so much fun on Kylo ECL that I kind of don't even care if it's bad. I kind of don't care if I just crash out
Respectable.
O2. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, like, okay, O2
Is it the new Kylo?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's so fun. But like, there's a lot of really good decks. It's I don't know. We'll talk about it when we talk about set 5. But I'm just really excited for all the cool prizing and to just go to the event, like everything they've like talked about. Like there's there's gonna be photos in in the Millennium Falcon and like next to an X-wing and like shit like that, and there's gonna be loads of artists and like it's just loads of cool stuff that just seems cool to go to.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I'm terrified. I don't know what to play because we're going from an open format into a new set with no results to back it. So like the meta is completely unknown and probably quite open.
Hondo, baby. Hondo.
Don't tempt me. I've been playing it all day. But yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be great to just see people, hang out with Krish the whole weekend, and Andre. The 3 of us got a shared room. It's gonna be so sick.
Oh, Andre's going. That makes it even worse.
Josh, we're gonna be home like crying. I swear to God, like I'm actually gonna be crying.
We were with
gutted.
Andre at Games Expo, and we were just chatting. We went to the Five Guys. We were just getting like a smoothie or something after like the Sunday, and I was just telling Andre about like Galactics, and then he was like, "Okay, like this sounds cool. Is there a Vader?" I pulled out a picture of like the Vader showcase you can win, and he like messaged his wife on the spot and said, "Can I go to Vegas for 4 days to go and play children's trading card games?" The board approved. Andre was coming to Vegas. I was like, this is, it was like crazy. It was so fun. Like literally, like immediately, it was like, yep, we're doing it.
Hey,
Yeah.
nice.
Also, guys, get in my DMs for any it's pricing that you want, because please God, I'm selling it all. I'm not keeping a card.
I've already called all the silverbacks.
Yeah, I mean, ice cream's are $10 on the strip, Ollie. So you're gonna need to get those cards sold, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, 29 days, 10 hours, 8 minutes, and 26 seconds of counting, guys. Are you ready? Do you feel like you're going to do well? You need to get tested still.
No.
I mean,
all the cards have been announced.
He better be doing well, man.
All the cards have been announced, right? All the cards have been
Yeah.
announced for set 5. So have you been able to test?
I've got about 15 decks made and another 15 ready to make on a notepad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when you're top 10 in the world, you need to have that kind of preparation. So
we should have top 10 player under Ollie. We should have had top 10 player.
Yeah, wait, we need to.
Yeah, clickbait on my videos I made with Ollie over the last couple of weeks was this.
Yeah, I've been saying to people, like, everyone's been clickbaiting it because the Akbar masterclass did it as well.
Oh my god. One thing I'll say that is weird about this format is like I don't necessarily mind that there's like it's a hidden format or whatever. Like people are gonna bring like whatever they're gonna bring. I'm kind of scared because so far I have found like at least 6 really, really good decks, right? Like, as in, like, you know, Kira maybe goes back to ECL, but like Kira's insane. Han 2 blue, Han 2 green. Like, Sabine is still crazy. Like, these are just the old decks that like immediately you just grab and top 10. Immediately you just grab, right? And you go, oh, these are fucking nuts with like the new stuff. And it's like, you kind of are scared because if someone finds something that actually cracks the format wide open, they're just going to win, like, worlds
100%.
so hard. But at the moment, it seems like there's so many choices that it kind of ends up being what meta call you make. And that's really tough because, you know, maybe you just play Vader Yellow and you hope that everyone goes on these Force-based decks and they just can't deal with you. And suddenly
or you play Sabine. Like, how much do you respect, like, the current meta going into like a closed box that is like a new set with no data? I feel like we have been super lucky to have the folks at SWU Competitive Hub, like shout out to them, like putting together like so much data, and it's definitely like a community effort. And I think, you know, like in any other game, there's people that just want to try to play the best deck and just go and look for the best deck. This time around, who is winning, I think, is whoever has a good solid group for testing, right? Not having data, you need like people to test with. Do you guys have, you know, a group that you're testing with? Are you like planning to do like, you know, testing sessions? Like how are you preparing for Worlds?
I've been grinding Carabast, and that's kind of it so far.
Yeah, same.
I struggle really hard with playing like online and actually thinking about the
Team
game.
Carabas, let's go. Team Carabas.
Yeah.
I think we should have
I'm a Petronacian.
created.
I need to get the physical cards to actually like be able to think while I play the game. I can't do it like on tabletop sim, even if I'm like testing with someone that I know is good and will like help me out with it a lot. It just doesn't work for me. I don't know why.
I think one of the things that it's really good in these like weeks leading up to it is it's kind of like you can try out your weird wacky ideas and just see if if they have legs at all, because like everyone on these online games is like, okay, even if they're not the best player, it doesn't really matter, because you can run your decks into stuff, and like if you have a really high win rate on Carabast or whatever, then you can go, okay, this deck's going to be worth like actually thinking about, versus like, you know, if you're losing half your games on Petronaki or Carabast, like, okay, let's pack it away, little bro. Like, probably not.
It's like the lowest level of stress testing you can do.
Exactly. But once, like, I think, you know, we've got plans to like do testing in person and do as much as we can, but I think like I don't know how much having a group of players to test with is actually going to help for this, because it helps in the sense that I think more people will let you test more decks, because intrinsically, unless you're all trying to play the same thing, you'll be trying different things, and you're more likely to actually crack the format wide open. But unless you do, I think you just kind of end up in this weird doom spiral, because everything's kind of really good, and then you're just trying to make a meta call, and you kind of it can be worse to be as part of a big team where you kind of end up designing for your own internal meta, and you might actually lose touch with what people are actually doing.
I was gonna say it can end up being this weird echo chamber.
Yeah,
effect.
you want to be really paying attention to what other people are talking about, what the community's talking about, because like, yeah, you might be like, you know, the teams, like if you look at all the biggest teams, like at best they're going to be putting what, 50 people into Galactics, 60. It's not that many. There's going to be 2,000 on day one, and there's going to be like another 200-300 who have skipped through to day two. So the teams are such a minor proportion of like the people actually going and playing that it's like they're not going to be able to test for everything. And I think it's like it's going to be really interesting to just see what people bring, especially with how much just seems viable in set 5.
Well, let's have a look at what you guys will be testing for, and you can comment on what your favorite arts are and stuff. So first of all, we have this. Sorry that some of it's cut off here. Not ideal, but
it's all right. The main ones, Anakin is crazy.
Anakin is like cool.
Anakin's nuts. Anakin's just like, I think part of my bias for this card is also that I've been playing him and Kylo, who is probably the best deck when it comes to this card. Even I would say more so than like Palpatine, because Kylo gets the scariest leader flip in the game. Yeah, you have to use your resources, but like in theory, right? Like he's the biggest leader in the game when he comes out, and then you just get a 5/7 for 6 that says -3/-3, and then also -3/-3 again, because you just play a bunch of heroic weapons and you just get to pitch them, do your normal filtering. This card is so strong, and then you ECL him in as well. Oh my god, what if I 3-for-1'd you, bro? Think Vader's good at a 2-for-1? Have a 3-for-1.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, this is crazy. Also, the art, like they just we're recording this on the day that they just spoiled the Carbonite art for the Jedis. I am just in shock, to be honest. Like, it's like the difference between this Carbonite and last set is just appalling.
They look good.
It's insane. It's truly like crazy, incredible.
So what about these?
So
What
is
about these pixelated pins? I don't know if they're meant to look like that or not.
I think that's like
No.
a stamp rally thing or something you can do to get these. I'll probably try and get the Grievous.
I'll sell you mine.
Hey,
Yeah. So
day
this is
one
the,
buy deck box. So this is what you guys are getting.
Yeah, there's
Let's
a lot
go.
of deck boxes. Like,
dude. So the day one buy. I don't know if you've got. Is the next image the playmat? Yeah. Okay. This was like the biggest shock in the world to me when they showed this on stream because like I was like, oh my god, I'm getting my husband. He's here. Yes. I was.
Who
like,
is that?
this
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, you fucking bozo.
My bad.
top 10 player in the world doesn't know who it is.
This guy, like, this art is so nice. And it's
Moving
like,
on. I can't if Ollie
this
just
is-
said who's
this is
that.
okay.
I do
So
like
this
that
is-
Endor base. Ollie, you need
These
to get
look
me.
cool.
Ollie, you need
These
to
look
get me
really
this
cool.
Endor base.
These are the VIP
Oh.
ones, right?
No,
Oh,
this is
why?
the-
I can mod my
Oh,
VIP.
why does it
Chris
have
can,
Yeah, you
Chris
have
can
to-
get you it.
Yeah, you had to drop $500 to get this set. of-
$500? My God. Okay, enough
It's
of
not.
that.
This is also the deck pod you get for VIP. So I get the bases and then like a deck pod. The playmat of Revan is participation if you got the higher tier of entry, either VIP or the middle one. Everyone gets the Mandalorian, and then
My goodness, it's so
but,
intricate with the pricing. What about these cards?
Yeah.
Where do they come from?
I think these are black pack. So the Maul is crazy. The Maul and the Qui-Gon's been cut off, but the Qui-Gon's also like absolutely nuts. Like I think weirdly, I mean, we'll go through the silver cards because I think they're probably coming next. But I think the silver cards as a pack are like actually legitimately better than the Qui-Gon's ridiculous, right? Like the blaster bolts going through like the aspects. His lightsaber cuts off his name.
His face is excellently drawn.
Looks good. Like the fingers don't look mangled, like they're cooked. It's good artwork. That's crazy. I'm like, so the Millennium Falcon looks amazing as well. It's a shame it's getting rotated. It's like I think but you know, like you play it in.
All right, so you say the silver cards.
No,
Well,
I think this
no.
is the.
They look
this is the last black
incredible.
one.
Wow.
They look great. These are the last black pack ones. So I think next will be the silver cards. But I'm just looking at. I sent Josh all these images. Yeah, okay. These are prize wall.
Dude, the mace
So-
window is crazy. It goes so hard.
The Chewie as well, man. Oh my God, I gotta see
Yeah.
more of that
And the
Chewbacca.
Krennic
Look at
dude,
that.
oh my god! I'm
Chewie
watching
is-
Apple, so like Krennic is like.
Chewie looks pretty high, to be fair, but
Honestly, they cooked so hard on all of
that's
these.
gonna be
Like,
Andre
the
in
prize is
Vegas.
actually, like, genuinely crazy.
That is.
Nah, that mace window just takes it for me. It's just like
Yeah, that mace window
way
is
too
super
good.
Yeah,
cool.
beautiful cards.
Yeah.
Krennic's kind of mogging on them though.
So these are some of the lightsabers you get in the top 64 pack. So you get 9 lightsabers.
This one is incredible as well. Like the
They look so
Galactic
good.
Championships big stamp there, and
Mm.
just the saber by itself, just
If
so
anything-
good. Like
Sorry, go on.
no, sorry, just great design.
100%. I was going to say, if anything from Galactics will be worth money, I think it'll be the lightsaber pack. Kind of the only thing I can see being actually worth a decent chunk of change.
What about
I
what
would have
about,
liked to have seen
what about this
participant ones on
Vader
some
and
cards.
this Matt?
I need to make day
This
3,
is
bro.
nice. Yeah.
Like, genuinely, if I make day 3, I'm so happy. Like, this Maul playmat is so hot. I don't even give a shit about the Vader. Like, fine.
I'm the
like,
opposite. I think the Vader's badass as
It
fuck.
looks amazing. It looks amazing. But the Maul artwork.
Vader
is
looks like he's coming out of the card. He looks like
It's so
Exactly.
cool.
he's ready.
They look crazy.
All right, well that is
I'm a bit annoyed because this Vader is gonna like not be legal from March.
Yeah, that is
So,
the
Yeah.
sad part.
I mean
just give me the new one, right?
it is what it is. It's a beautiful collectible. I mean, how many people will get it? How many people get to day 2?
Well, they might
3?
reprint it. You never know.
Well, how many people
Yeah,
get
how
to
many-
day
How many
3?
people go
Day
to
three.
day 3? Is it
I think
64?
it's about 100. It's like 100, 150.
really?
Yeah, so that card's going to be a premium, man, in Beckett 10. That's for sure. All right, well, yeah, you guys are going to have the greatest time in the world. I'm pretty jealous. I was just in Vegas. It was pretty hot and fun. I was only there for a day, and yeah, I am really jealous. Don't gamble too much.
We'll just put it all on.
That's
black.
where you'll make your money, guys. Don't worry about making money in Star Wars.
Exactly.
Just Just sell everything outside the venue, then put it all on green or red.
Just show up to the table and just put like the prize card Vader down and go, yeah, I'll put all that on black.
Yeah. That.
You win and they pull out a second one.
Yeah. You just double up. Yeah. That'd be funny. All right. So let's move on, shall we? To 3 decks, 1 duel. The new announced
Let's
way to play
go.
Star Wars Unlimited. So, who wants to start us off?
Krish,
This
I
is
think
hype
he
as
did
fuck.
Krish did a good job already in his video explaining it. Like,
Do you want to give us
can you
a
give us
small
like a
brief and
super
then
quick?
and then
kill
we'll
order?
send
So-
people to your video for this.
Okay, yeah, sure. So basically, it's the exact same rules as Premiere. No ban list, but there are a couple differences. So there's no sideboard because the best of 3 will happen with different decks. Your 3 decks are so you have to choose 3 different decks, and basically you obey the normal deck building rules across all of those decks. So what that means is you can only have a maximum of 3 copies of a given card across all 3 of the decks. You can only have 1 particular leader across all of the decks. You can only have 1 particular base across all of the decks. So you couldn't have 2 Sabine ECLs, for example. You would have to have different leader-based combinations. And other than that, it's basically exactly the same as Premiere. And then when you sit down, you show your opponent your 3 leader-based combinations. And then at the same time as your opponent, you decide one of them to ban, and then the opponent doesn't play that. And then you play a best of 3 using the other 2 decks. You select the deck you play first, like secretly, without your opponent seeing. And then if you win with the deck, you put it aside, it's done, and then you play again with the second. And you basically have to win with both of your decks that are left after the banning in order to win. And again, to reiterate, there is a hard limit of just 3 copies of a particular card across those decks. So you couldn't play Django Tarkin Town and then Boba 1 red and then
Yeah, on that point, Krish, I want to highlight one thing. So you said it's Premiere format, no ban list, but that means being Premiere format, it will follow the cycle, right? So from March, I believe it's not Eternal, it's Premiere. So
I'm actually not sure about that.
I believe if we read through, yeah, because I think a lot of people were complaining everyone will play just Boba and Django and Sabine. I'm like, yeah, sure, until March, and then what?
No.
No, it says the game's entire card pool is legal in Trilogy.
Ah, never mind.
To
Okay.
go wild and
shut
build
up.
3 decks.
I thought it was
dreams.
Premiere.
Nope.
No,
Okay,
but
yeah.
I think to address that, I think there's been some, in my opinion, some extraordinarily bad takes about the game balance is going to be really bad. Okay, fine, if there are problem leaders in this. First off, if you show up with just 1 problem leader, it's getting banned, right? So you're gonna have to show up with 2 or 3, and then if it's that big an issue that people don't want to play the format because of it, or people aren't enjoying the format because of it, they will just ban them. They're not gonna hold off doing that. I don't understand why. I've seen a lot of people talking about this format like it's dead on arrival just because it didn't come with a pre-banned list of leaders, and it's guys, it'll be fine. Also, we don't know how good those leaders are in a set 5 card pool. We genuinely don't know. Yeah, Boba Yellow is still probably going to be top tier. Django Tarkin Town is still probably going to be top tier. We just don't are they going to be as oppressive as they were before though? Maybe not. We have to find out. There's no point whining and crying about it until we actually give it a go and see. And the format is debuting at Galactics, right? So we'll see.
When I first heard about this, I was really hoping that it got implemented into Galactics, the actual event. I didn't know that there was no ban list and it was Eternal format. That maybe changes my opinion on things. I would have preferred it if it just followed normal ban lists, normal constructed format personally. But I still think, it's going to be a fun as fuck format for sure. And it's for me, it's one of the ideal competitive formats if you follow normal constructed rules.
This has got to be in terms of actual skill-based format, this has got to be more skill-based than Premiere. But fundamentally, you have to know 3 decks really well. You can't just one-trick something because if it gets banned, you're cooked. And if it doesn't get banned, okay, that gets you 1 win. Now you have to win with your other deck. So you actually have to know all 3 decks, and you have to know their matchups. You have to know.
And you can metagame it so much more as well.
Yeah,
Like you can pick 3 decks that only lose to one particular deck, and then just keep banning that.
exactly. You can literally like, for example, if you're playing like this mid-range deck and you lose really hard to Kira, but everything else you feel really comfortable into, cool. Congratulations, you can now leverage the fact that you know these decks really well, along with your matchup knowledge, to have a much better chance in a best of 3. Like, obviously, there's a risk that like there are leaders that are going to be way better than everything else, and they homogenize the format. But that's true of every format. I don't think that's a rule. That's a reason to ever write off a format, because if it needs a ban list, it'll get a ban list.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Emmy, what do you think of the format yourself?
No, in my general opinion is I agree with Krish with some reservation as Ollie mentioned, but I'm really excited for 2 like main reason. Like one, it really shows that the designers are really looking at keeping the game like fresh and interesting for all type of players.
Very, very
I think
early for them to be innovating, I would say, like 18 months.
yeah,
in,
but
adding
it's a good
third
sign, right?
format.
This is the 5th format, right? Because if you have Sealed, Draft, Premier, Twin Suns, oh sorry, Eternal, and then this, so there's the 6th.
I mean, it might be quite a lot, in my opinion, to be throwing at people.
Yeah, I can see that.
It is, but I think like I think the what it enables also for, you think future sector regional, like we can expect these events to be more and more a celebration of the game where everyone can go, and like the premier like main event is still like really important, but you can still go and on day 1 you do a draft, a couple of drafts.
I mean,
on day 2 you do the trilogy, and then do Twin Suns. Like these are the best ways to keep a game fresh and interesting.
If on my personal opinion of it is that they are trying to push ways people to be upset about the impending cycle of cards.
I'm sure that's part of it. I am sure that's part of it.
Because otherwise, I mean, if you were very confident in your product, you wouldn't be just throwing out lots of different formats. People are still joining the game at the moment. It might become a bit convoluted if they keep throwing stuff out there. But I mean, how do you guys feel about the like? We'll touch on it briefly, but how do you guys feel about the community reaction in general to the rotation?
I'm personally really excited for rotation.
I am too.
I think it's
for the record,
going to be really interesting.
I'm positive about it. The record.
Yeah, I'm also
and
really excited.
I've played a few card games, and I've yet to play one that has actually implemented rotation. So it's going to be like a whole new experience for me.
I think the thing that has really annoyed me is there's so many shit takes about rotation out there. Like, there's the classic, like, oh my god, rotation is going to kill the game. Oh, you shouldn't get into the game because your cards are all going to die and, like, lose value and, like, all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, guys, first off, they have already said they are going to be supporting the Eternal format. So, like, we can kind of take that they are going to be, like, when you go to a major one of these regionals or sectors, they will probably have a sector, like, scale tournament for Premier, and they'll probably have at least a similarly scaled tournament for Eternal. Like, I don't think these are going to be things that aren't supported. And, like, also, it's just insane to me that, like, people think that most cards have a life beyond 2 years anyway. Like, have you played a card game before? It's very rare that a card sees play 2 years beyond its printing, and if it does, it's kind of broken and will probably get banned anyway.
Yeah, it's very true.
This card game is not that expensive compared to most other card games. Like, I'm pretty aware that a lot of Star Wars players, this is kind of their first TCG outside of maybe Magic, but like, this is one of the cheaper card games, especially since the reprinted set 1, and they've clearly shown with that if cards do get too expensive, they will look to resolving that.
Yeah. I mean, I think if anything, you can't doubt the proactiveness that FFG have had in the community, and I think it's the big reason why the game's like persevering and getting bigger and bigger. It's on a good trajectory, and I'm very pleased about that. looking forward to getting stuck in next season. Obviously, the season's been a bit of a write-off for me, but I think I wholeheartedly think it's the best game on the market at the moment. So,
Yeah,
I hope they keep going in the right direction. And with that being said, moving in another direction, I did that. Legends of the Force.
Woohoo!
Um,
Dude, this set is gonna be sick, I think.
This is the best set they've done, right? Like, I don't know if I'm just the only person who thinks that, but like, I
You can
genuinely
play
think
and leave it in silent if you want, Josh, as we talk about.
I was just gonna scroll through the cards, to be honest.
Yeah, you can do that.
But yeah, what leaders are you guys excited about? We're on the leaders at the moment. Which ones are the ones?
I wonder which one Krish is gonna say.
Kylo.
Qui-Gon's looking nice.
Pull up Kylo, because Krish said Kylo. Let's. If you
Oh,
scroll
this
up.
is all the
I'll
leaders
say
in the game. Well, give me
Yeah,
a
top
second.
left. Top left.
It's yeah, he's right.
First one.
No,
First
no, no,
one.
no.
First one.
Kylo, top, Josh, the leader in the top left.
Yeah,
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, so this guy, look, I'm just saying, until you have like tried him out, just don't write him off. I think it's so easy to read this card and go, oh, he's doing 3 things that have historically been really bad. He's a 7 deploy. He's got relatively bad stats, and he plays with upgrades. Those are all really bad things. He's going to be shit. And then you actually like play the deck and you realize, oh, hold on a minute, flipping a 11-12 Sentinel when your opponent has 2 resources and they have no way to answer it, and then you dome them for 11 and you say you better have Rivals Fall, is actually quite good. That's actually a little scary. It can
That sounds like a whole bunch of card stacking to me, but it sounds like it would.
It's great, man. It's so easy. It's literally like what you do that. Well, you can do that on 7 resources, 1 constructed double 2-drop upgrade. Bosh! Like there you go. There's your 11-12.
Let's just filter for only Legends of the Force. What other leaders?
I'm excited for Kenan Jarrus.
Kenan.
Yeah.
I want to play
Kenan.
double blue
He
Kenan.
seems cool.
Top
He's
right.
top right.
I know Tom has been messing with double blue Kanan a lot. You'll have to chat to him about that.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. More targets for my Vader.
I mean, that seems pretty strong if you have Spectres on the field, for sure.
Yeah, creatures actually.
Oh,
Mm.
creatures.
Strong.
Creature or Spectre.
Creature deck.
What about you? What about you, Ollie? Which leaders taking your attention in this new set?
I'm messing with a lot of Qui-Gon. Just
yeah,
because
that's the one I like the look of as
there's
well.
gotta be something there. There's gotta be something he
Seems
can
like
do.
it could be silly, man. Like,
He feels so clunky, but he also looks so broken. So
one of the most broken things I've seen with Qui-Gon is you play the 28 HP base, and on 6 you sneak attack in Keller and Beck.
yeah,
And that is probably the most broken combo turns I've seen with Qui-Gon, because you get a 7/7, you get to attack with it, and then you bounce it back, play out a 6-drop, deploy Qui-Gon, bounce him back, play out a 5-drop, and you Keller in the next turn. It's like actually kind of insane.
what about sneak
Yeah, I
attack?
mean, you need
bounce it
sneak
back for
attack,
the
you need a
Keller?
7-drop, a 6-drop, and a 5-drop to do that.
Yeah, but that's the
like,
issue, right? Yeah, it's hard.
yeah.
all right. So
Yeah, Josh,
what about some legendaries? Let's have a look at the legend.
Right, we don't have to look at anything besides Vader. He's the best one.
Brother Anakin.
Yeah,
I mean, Vader is the best one. I'm not disputing you on that.
honestly, there's
like-
actually some really hype ones.
Anakin.
Yeah, Yoda.
Anakin
Anakin?
is all that I'm trying to build around. It's the only reason I'll ever touch blue now.
He's so good. Yoda is crazy.
I love Yoda, yeah.
Yoda's nuts.
Well, I haven't
especially if
even
he's
seen Yoda
hanging
yet.
around. Like, yeah, so he heals you 5 when you play him. And then also, if you don't remove him, you're never having a board again, because he's just going to sit there and keep nuking you. One of the things
And he
I've
probably
seen...
kills a guy on play as well.
Oh, most likely, yeah. Also, the insane thing I saw is you clone Yoda? GG, brother. Like, good
Yeah.
luck out with that.
That's really funny,
That's
actually.
wild.
Really?
Yeah.
Clone is
No,
crazy.
save off.
I've been playing
Oppo
clone
is
and-
also great. Oppo is
Yeah.
so cool. I
Oppo.
love it.
Why is Oppo cool?
Yeah, look at all the
It gains the keyword that
It
you
makes-
have on board.
it makes
and
you learn to
doubles
read.
raid and restore.
That is a
I wish
lot.
it wasn't double green because there just isn't a good double green deck.
Ah,
but, like,
double green,
it's good.
yeah.
Also, Bendu in Han 2 is crazy. A 7-drop 10/8 that says "Answer me or you die."
Whoa. That's wild.
It's pretty good.
That seems silly.
To each other. The 6 cost yellow next to it is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think it's
Double raid. That could be really nice in some aggro decks as a finisher.
I've been trying that
yeah.
in GI1. So like I've been slamming him on 6 and just going, well, you need to answer this card, and my other 2 units you now can't answer because if you don't, they're going to deal like 300 damage to you.
What
So it's been
about
pretty good.
what about this thing?
That card's got to be bad.
Friendly units, friendly upgraded units can't be exhausted or returned to hand. I mean, that seems pretty decent.
It's probably good against yellow, right? Like if you were against yellow,
Yeah.
this would be pretty good top end. If you could guarantee that like
10/10 shielded seems pretty disgusting, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
yeah.
okay in R2 blue, 8-drop, 10/8 shielded.
Anything else
That's
getting
great.
you guys
It's quite good
excited? Is the lightsaber good? Looks pretty
Yes.
average.
I think it's
Lightsaber's
decent.
really good in Kylo. In Kylo, it's really good.
Very cool.
I don't know how good it is outside of Kylo, but it's really good in Kylo.
What's the best card you think in the new set overall? Is it this Vader for sure?
It's Vader.
Chiadimundi is Chiadimundi. 100% is Chiadimundi.
That's the rare. That's very uncommon. That's
or-
uncommon.
It's rare.
Let's have a look. We'll find it.
I mean, I will say I've not tested anything. I've not even looked at the cards, but I just love.
To be fair, I think
Chiadimundi.
Kiadi is a really good choice for best
It
card.
is.
What color is it?
A red.
Red heroic.
4 cost, 4/4.
Yeah, he's uncommon.
When play, use the force, draw 2 cards. Crazy.
Where is he? I
Yeah,
thought you said he was a rare.
He's-
Is he
he's-
uncommon?
He's uncommon. He's uncommon.
It might be uncommon. I don't.
I mean, if the card's good, it's uncommon. That's how it works nowadays.
True.
There we go.
Yeah, I've only looked at that because I've been playing Anakin, and I'm like, this guy in Anakin is just
Draw 2
is
cards.
replacing 2 cards, which are the droids,
I love that card
and
already.
it's
Yeah.
insane.
I've been really enjoying red. So not Sabine, but force-based red, green, white decks have felt absolutely crazy because they have like just like they use.
Oh,
the
sorry,
force-
Josh.
Anyway.
Whilst Krish talk, scroll down and read that 7 cost green card. Scroll up.
Yeah. This is Kelleran. This is probably the most wrong
Yeah,
I've ever
this
been
guy.
about a card on first read. Like I
Kelleran?
thought he was. He's not.
It costs 5 less. What?
3 less. 3 less.
Oh,
3 less.
3
three,
less.
three,
Sorry,
three.
my eyes deceived me.
Yeah.
But still.
But it's a Vader pretty much.
He's so good, and like it's like literally you think about the cards you play in that shell. You obviously have the old ones that are really good, like Home 1 and like whatever. But like the new cards, you have Kelleran, you have Yoda, you have a ramp card that's a 5/4. In red, you get like you get Mace Windu as well. Read that fucking card, Josh.
The Mace Windu.
Top left. Yeah, read that guy.
Wow. You may use
It's like
the
Wrecker that
force
you don't
if you
lose the
do deal
redraw.
4 damage to a
And
unit.
R2 gets to play him on curve, like it's on leader flip. So he nukes basically everything. Like it's crazy what like these red, green, white force decks can do. Blue is still also scary. Also, the decks have force throw. There's like so much stuff that you're just like, whoa, these are quite good. Chirrut is crazy as well.
These
Chirrut
are
basically
all
has built-
uncommons, by the way, so you're
Yeah.
not wrong about free fire.
Yeah, so this is kind
Very
of like built-in
nice.
Boba's armor.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot to be excited about for potential decks at Worlds. So how you got 30 days. So when is this released? This set
Next week.
next week.
Yeah.
Next week is pre-release.
Next week is
so
pre-release.
Ooh, I
make
need to
sure
get to.
Yeah.
I need to get to a pre-release.
I'm getting my case of Carbonite next Thursday, so that is when everything will go crazy.
Very exciting. Very exciting. All right. Well, we should probably wrap up here, guys. We'll go back to our normal screen. But yeah, it's been a real pleasure, guys, to have a chat. We should probably catch up after you guys have had a bit of testing, and we can make a video where you can basically lie about what you play and throw everyone off.
True.
Yeah,
It's Kylo ECL.
and try and find out
the
what all your rivals
meta.
play, and then put it out there what they're playing.
Find some Hondo
as
counters.
the best decks in the world. But yeah,
It's either. Actually, I will be curious to see. It's either at the moment Kylo ECL or Han to green/blue, but we'll see where I end up in like 3 weeks. I'm curious to see where I end up. At the moment, that's what I'm thinking.
What about you, Ollie? Name one of your random 15 decks that you made.
Oh god, the most recent one I made was a Gari CL, so I'll say that. Although I'm also working on Thrawn Data Vault right now, so we're all over the place.
I'm just going to back up slowly from those two. Emmy, what would you play if you were going to Worlds? Because you will
probably
be next time
Kanan.
we do a podcast. Kanan. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to Worlds, so I'm just going to tell you what the winner is going to be. It's going to be Han set 1. Double yellow. It's going to take it home.
No
Alex Blandon.
Who needs DJ?
Yeah. No, they're going to unban DJ just because he asked for it online today. But yeah, no, it's been a pleasure, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Like Chris and Ollie are also doing lots of content at the moment, so go check them out. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Anyone got some final words before we leave?
Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a sub.
What are you
Let us
playing for
know.
Worlds?
Yeah, what are you playing for Worlds?
Down below.
Put it in the comments, guys. And,
Exact deck list so that I can copy it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
you
test
want
it for you.
format.
We'll test it for you. But yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for coming along, guys, and we will see you next time.
Bye bye.
Awkward moment where I find the screen.